everybody, Wendy here with Bella Body Pilates and Bar at Little Rock Athletic Club with a series I'm introducing called Fundamental Pilates Abs. And what that is getting back to basics of understanding our alignment when we're doing core work or any kind of activity that you do, cardio, strength training, and I'm going to lead up to my stickers. So this workout could be done by itself when you've got 30 minutes, or if you want to do this pairing up with a HIIT cardio or strength training workout or after a walk with the kids and finish off with some core and some stretching. Also great with bar too. So what I'm going to do is I am going to explain my stickers, and they probably will fall off. These are joints and also points of importance because we're going to be doing the abs. And the alignment is very important because a lot of times people are round, they'll let their pelvis go and look like a monkey. We don't want to do that. We want our shoulders over our hips. We want our knees in line with the toes. So look at my green tabs, toes in line with the hips and knees. And look at my pink tabs, if you can see the color. Those are my hip sockets. This is where we get in the function of understanding how the abs are connected to the hips and connected to the shoulders. So right at the hip sockets, underneath are your hip flexors. I want you to touch your hip sockets right now where your hip bones are at. Those are your hip bone abs. That is your pelvis. We want to stay out from underneath and we want to focus right here. Your belly button, pull it in like somebody punched you in the gut. So pull, pull. Look at the back of the room and watch my belly pull in. While you're doing that, let the pelvis release and bring it down. So release the pelvis, pull in the belly as the tailbone goes down. We'll get into that in just a second. And the rib cage abs right here. You've got abdominals lying right here. And a lot of people use their shoulders and neck to come up with force. We're slowing that down today to focus on breathing and muscular stability. This is going to be challenging. It is basic, but this comes from my perspective. I'm not understanding that I was doing Pilates when I started doing booty bar burn at home 5 years ago. I want to be able to progress the same way that Tracy Mallet did for me to you guys that are watching. So let's get started. Again, if you are doing this with the cardio or HIIT workout, fast forward until you see me walk out into a plank position. So again, feet are hip width apart, knees in line with that first and second toe, and just kind of rock back and forth. You're gonna see me pouncing on these because I want to try to keep them on as much as I can. Now, once you feel equal weight into your heels, give your knees a little shimmy shake. I'm going to turn to the side. You don't have to move. And then we're going to take our hands right on those hip bones, touch them, sink down just a little bit where your knees are bent, shoulders over hips, and you're going to tilt the pelvis, but you're not going to release it back, and you're not going to squeeze the cheekies too much because the cheekies are holding it and you're using nothing but abs right here. So use those abs right in between those hip bones. Stretch out that lower back, right where that dip ends in your lower back, and those hip bones are in the back. So that's what we're trying to focus on. Your pelvis is a bowl. A lot of times the bowl spills over, or it's too tilted and it stilts behind. So we want to make that even. This is something to work on. Maybe get yourself some stickers, get you a mirror next time, and kind of forward through this and get your own perspective and take your own notes. All right, so hold the tailbone down. Now we're gonna reach the hands out to the corner of the room. See my shoulder sockets. I'm gonna reach my fingers, and I'm gonna turn to the side, and you're gonna pull your shoulder blades in. Watch this right here. This is a shoulder muscle. Reach, I'm gonna round. Now pull back, but I'm not taking my arms behind and arching. Inhale, pull down. Pull the belly in. See, my belly was out, I saw that. That's why I'm wearing black today. Pull down. So you're reaching through your fingers with energy, but you're pulling your shoulder blades into the back, into those shoulder bones. So just kind of take those shoulders forward. You shouldn't see the shoulder sockets past your ears. Pull them back and set them down. Reach and down. Now, once you've got that, I'm gonna do one more. And I call this shampooing the hair. So you're gonna take your hands up because we all have to shampoo our hair. What do? Do you do this where you're taking your shoulder to your ear? That's your neck working, that's a stronger muscle. Use the shoulder blades. I should have put a sticker right here for my rib cage. So I'll just move this one. How about that? We'll just put it right there. So right there is a muscle, the shoulder. So I call that the bra line muscle on the outside. And I'm pull down towards it, and I'm gonna take my shoulders back up. So again, imagine washing your hair, however you do that. And you're gonna pull down and lift up. A lot of fundamentals right here. And one more, and pull the shoulder blades down. Again, to where the rib cage wraps from the back to the front is a shoulder muscle, and pull the shoulder blades into the back of your rib cage. All right, guys, bring it down. Now that we've got our alignment, and just march it out right and left. Let me just go ahead and move this back. Hey, we're staying on right now. Again, I invite you to do the stickers. Hey, there goes one. If it falls off again, I'm not gonna worry about it. What we're gonna do is we're going to open up the back. So come to your diagonal. I want your mat where your feet are gonna be facing me, and I just put this extra one here, and you can feel free to do that. You're gonna bend the knees, tip forwards, and you're gonna walk out with that left hand, right hand. You can go into your down dog or come into your full plank. Press away. Push away with that armpit muscle we were talking about, and then bring it back up. Bend your knees. A great hamstring stretch. Inhale, chin to chest, roll down, opening up the vertebrae to the ceiling. And push away from the floor. Lift up, and there goes a sticker. Take it down, and that's okay. Take it down. Let's like go right hand out, left, right, left. Push away with the back of the back. The back of the back. I meant the back of the shoulder blades. So where your shoulder blades connect to your rib cage, I call that a push-up muscle in my class. Inhale, tip up and over. Take it down, right, left, left. Now drop your knees. Feel free to lift up and watch me because I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Come to your knees if you want, stretching it out. We're gonna come to cat-cow. Pull the shoulder blade back in the socket. So pull that right shoulder blade, slide it back. Don't move. I moved for your visual purposes. See how my back arm is too far forwards? My wrist is not in line with the shoulder blade. Pull it back, roll it into that socket like we did earlier, pull it down. And let's push away around like a cat. And down. Now, where's your knees? In line with the hips. Don't crowd your spine as you feel your spine stretch. Your elbows are soft. Keep it going. Lift. Now we're just gonna warm up that spine. So let's take it into child's pose. Don't move those wrists. Pull the shoulder blades back, lift, taking your spine straight forwards. Guess what? I have to move my wrist. Press into up dog. Pull the belly in, elbows are soft. Pull around like a cat if you want, take it back. Pelvic tilt, push the spine up to the ceiling. Push away, squeeze that pelvic floor, those hip bone abs. Think about pushing that spine up, but not the neck. You're lifting your heart, your neck space stays the same. You do not take your shoulders to your ear. You don't want to squeeze that grapefruit. I figure grapefruit is a good size. Maybe an orange might work for you. And one more. Just warming up that spine, push away with where you pull back into that armpit muscle, triceps. Then we're gonna come to all fours. Feel free to not do this. I'm gonna bring my feet in a little bit where they're together. You're gonna take one leg back and the other leg back. Now roll the shoulder blade back. You may have to step there. Come to your forearms, it's okay. Drop the knees, extend the legs, down and lift. Now you're pushing away. You're looking down at the floor, your head is to me. Lift up with those kneecaps as you extend the heels, stretching away from the booty. Push, elbows are soft. Down and lift, down and lift. One more. And drop those knees. Uncurl those toes. Feel free to open up. I have to take my hands wider. Make sure your hips are not too down. You're right here. See that gap in between me and my mat? Push up. Push away. Feel free to do a tricep push-up. I'm doing military today. I'll be doing a series where we're working on the back and oblique. Take the heart down, push away. Use that muscle right where the bra line is for us girls, or where the shoulder blades touch the rib cage, right at your heart. Hold. Feel free to hold it here. Curl the toes. Lift up with the pelvis and the abs to lift those kneecaps up into plank position. Feel free to come to your forearms. Keep it down. I'm just turning so I can be equal with you. 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, child's pose. Pull the hands away from your spine. Pull the shoulder blades back into the heart, into the rib cage. Scoop in those abs. And roll up one vertebrae at a time as you slide those hands, using those abs to bring those hands up. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the feet towards the screen. And again, I'm going to turn as much as I can for you guys. I'm going to try to keep that sticker on. Look at your alignment. Toes in line with the knees, knees in line with the hips. Again, if you have these stickers, this helps shoulders and hips. So I'm going to take this sticker. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. We're going to take those legs in. Tilt the pelvis, tilt. Tilt. Now I'm coming to the side, don't move. Tilt. Now maybe you can see that sticker now. Tilt. So you want to make sure those feet are in and the inner thighs are holding those legs along with the quads. Now hold that tilt. Pull the shoulder blades back. See how my deltoid just squeezed into my armpit so we're not here. Pull it down and let it go. Inhale, lift, flat back. Keep the pelvis tilted so those hip bone abs are taking that pelvis, that pubic bone up to your chin. And you're not moving your hips. So if you watch this sticker right here, that's why I wore black, so you could see it. I'm not moving the hip. I'm not moving it down and lifting. Another option, arms reach at the shoulder joint. Pull in with that belly button. Rib is towards the hip, and then you lift straight up. Inhale, take it down halfway. Lift with the rib cage abs. So right at those stickers, think about your own stickers in your mind right now, or if you've already done them. Take it down. I'm going to extend my legs out just a little bit, but not into those hip flexors. That pelvis and inner thigh are in control of the legs. Both hip bones are down. So I'm going to come down a little further. My legs are going to flatten out. You don't have to do this. And then lift the head and shoulders up and come back up. Modification. You can come all the way down. Keep your knees bent and then just lift up a little bit. And your hands can be behind your head. As long as your elbows squeeze to feel your chest, help your shoulder blades. And that's a squeeze of the elbows. Let's go ahead and roll up. Tall. Keep the knees bent, pelvic tilt. Pull the belly in like somebody punched you in the gut. Rib cage stays intact as your shoulder blades are down. Just touch your shoulder blades to the floor. No pressure in the neck, it's relaxed. I'm going to extend my legs because that's how I like it. I feel like I do get in my hip flexors, but let's say you get into your hip flexors here. Then bend your knees and lift. Inhale, we're just warming up that spine a little bit more. Pull the belly in, take it down. Both hip bones are down. Lift, rib comes to the hip, exhale. And this time we're going to reach forwards. Keep those hip sockets down. Ears by the biceps are along with the shoulder blades, and pull the shoulder blades back. This takes a lot of arm work. It takes a lot of core work. And the core is a part of your extremities. You can point or flex your feet. Your feet can be opened. They could be closed. Your legs can be closed. It's really up to you. reach. Just checking the time. We got good on time, yes. Again, what you want to do is think about when you go back. Lead with your sternum. Pull your sternum down, notch your neck, pull the sternum down. Melt the spine one vertebrae at a time. Both sides are even. Now lift with your sternum, which connects to your rib cage abs. Lift up. Reach towards me. Pull the shoulder blades back. Pelvic tilt. Pull the belly in. Armpit muscles are holding that rib cage as you come down. So it's everything from your armpit down past your hip sockets. One more. Just feeling that nice, gentle work of the spine, pushing into the skin. Lift it up. Now bend your knees. Bring them in a little bit more. Tilt the pelvis. So you're not here, you're here. Hip bones stay into the mat. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades back. Breathe nice and tall. I gotta remember what I'm doing. And then come back down. Now you're gonna take your right arm, take it down, and lift it up. Shoulder joint ostriches, left. Now I'm gonna turn to you so you can see what I'm doing. So take your right arm down, lift. Squeeze those inner thighs, tilt the pelvis down. We're working the obliques here. Your shoulders are not moving, you're just moving at the shoulder joint, pressing down with that armpit muscle, and lift. So right here, this armpit muscle right here, I'm gonna put it right there. Press down, lift up. Now I'm gonna bring it by my ear, so I'm gonna actually switch. So right arm, left arm. Now come back a little bit, tilt the pelvis. Because this is where the hip flexors like to come in. So scoot those legs in if you need to. You should feel a quake. Feel your oblique, opposite oblique. So your right oblique is stabilizing, your left oblique is stabilizing. Inhale. If you're quaking too much, just come up a 1/4 inch. It's about control. Just because your friend can go back does not mean you can. We're trying to strengthen the abs in the back to help with our other practices. Squeeze those inner thighs. Keep a stretch in that lower back so the bowl is nice and even in that pelvis. And 2 and 1. Bring it up for a little stretch. Take it back, extend. Back where you came, tilt the pelvis. Take those arms, you can be palm up or together. You're gonna rotate to your right, spine twist. Bring it back. Take it to your left. So what this does is to make sure your hip bone does not lift when you come back. So let's take it over towards your right, spine twist. Bring it in. You didn't move, I did. Rotate. Focus on my stickers. I wasn't tilting the pelvis, I felt my hip flexors. Keep it going. Doing ab work on the up. Now I have a section with clients who can't do this. They feel their lower back. They may have some back issues. You can always put a ball there. Tilt the pelvis. And you don't have to be very far. Tilt the pelvis, that's the most important thing. We're gonna take it a little faster. Think about flowing. Don't lead with the wrist. Lead with the back of the rib cage and it follows at opposite hand. Back of the rib cage. You're not opening up the arm behind. You're not opening up the arm behind. That's a little different. And 2 and 1. Beautiful. Roll down. Roll all the way down. I'm gonna scoot, come down. Tilt the pelvis. Tilt. And if you want to just do some quick abs, this is a good place to start too. If you want to fast forwards, hold that tilt. You're going to take your hands right by your rib cage. Pull the shoulder blades into the mat. Hands are relaxed. You're going to float the top leg, the front leg, so float your right leg. Bring it down. Use the pelvis, hip bones stay in the mat evenly. Lift. So we've been working that rib cage ab. And again, all of that could be done from the floor, except for the twisting part. Lift. I will do a series where it's all on the back for those that need it. Now Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that right leg, cross it over the left, and my stickers are gonna fall off. You're gonna take the hands out to the side, and you're gonna rotate that hip away. So take that right foot away from the right hip. Now this is what happens. Look at my sticker. See how that shoulder wants to open up? We don't want that. Take that rib cage, take it towards that knee, that right knee. Open up the rib to hip. Focus right here, watch this. Hip. And the shoulder, it depends on how much shoulder stretching you have. Use your oblique to take it across and bring it back. Now take both hip bones down, lift, down, bring that knee in, up, and cross over. Now take that left hip bone, stretch it out, and bring it in. So this is a stretch, but I want you to focus on the obliques because this is your modification. Shoulder over hips, hip opens, oblique captures, and brings it back. One more. Feel free to stay here and bring your legs together. So lift up, both hip bones are down, and bring it down. And there goes my other sticker. Bring your knees to chest. Feel free to keep your knees down. Feet are parallel. Take your toes away. So they're not here in a pelvic tilt. You're still tilting the pelvis, but pelvic tilt. You're gonna take those legs towards your left, open up the right hip. Bring it back right here. Right here. So watch my hip. I am gonna get this sticker. Just taking over one side. This is what I'm trying to get everybody to understand, is to open, keep the shoulder blade down, keep it small, bring it back up. Just looking at the time, good timing. It's not your hip flexors. Tilt the pelvis, maybe take it a little smaller. Last one on this side. And then you're gonna take it over where your left leg, left oblique is actually gonna open up. If you need a little break, go ahead, tilt the pelvis, reset. Now take it towards your right side, lift up with your left oblique. Take it up and over, lift, keep the hip bone down, and then keep it going. Inhale, so you're taking those legs to your right, lift up with that left oblique. I'm just gonna change my view so you can actually see that. Keep it going. Pull the shoulder blades down. And this is my same side. So this is, I'm on your screen at the right, but this is my left. Watch the knee. Look at that sticker. My shoulder blade is down. A few more. And this will be the last one as I switch. And bring those knees to chest for a little back release. Now you can take your hands behind the head for option 2, or the head is down for option 1. Squeeze the elbows up, or option 3 or 4, whatever. Take that left leg, reach, switch. Resist the knee. Resist the knee. Resist. Resist. So it's all about your pelvis right here, reaching your toe to where the wall meets the ceiling. You can be right here. Keep it small. It's not your hip flexors, that's the pelvis. Or trying to open up the hip sockets. Lift with the belly. Reach. Feel your ab, your rib cage, stay down. Even if you're up, you're lifting with the rib cage abs as we talked about earlier. Now, if your arms are behind your head, you're gonna rotate. Bring it in. Now take that back shoulder blade and in. Now watch, rotation. My rib cage comes up, but my hip does not. Rotation. See, the stickers are falling off. I tried. So look at that back sticker, that sticker underneath me. I'm gonna lift up my hip and you're gonna see it more. Keep the hip sockets down as you're taking the back of the rib cage towards your knee. It's a very small one. Reach. Reach. One more each side. bring it in, bring your knees to chest. We're going to extend the legs up to finish off our series. Take your back leg down or your left leg, switch. Use the abs to lift those legs up. You can come back to your single leg stretch. You can be right here as your elbows squeeze to your chest. Keep it going. Lift your rib cage up to your hips. Reach. Your pelvis is lifting those legs. So if you're right here, perfectly fine. If you're right here, perfectly fine. And 2 and 1. Bring your knees to chest. You're going to take your hands either on your shins or back right here. Pull the shoulder blades down, and you're going to watch my hips. Lift one shoulder blade up, the shoulder blade up. Inhale, pelvic tilt. Power through the belly and the rib cage abs as you lift up and roll. Round like a cat. Let the arms extend. Pelvic tilt. Push off. Bring it in. You can use momentum. Rolling like a ball. Classic series from Express Pilates. One more. We're just massaging that spine. You can come up into tabletop for the last 2. Pull the belly in, melt the spine. And we're going to end on the down, 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 down. Good job, guys. Take your knees, hands right at your knees, and let's circle to the left, one hip to the other. And reverse it. Again, you're not powering through those hip flexors, you're powering through the abs. Connect your belly to the mat. Connect your hip bones to the mat. Excellent. Now take your left leg down, your right leg's gonna come up, cross over, and we're gonna do a nice hip stretch. The shoulder blade can come up. We just did this earlier for the modification. Stretch, see how that hip is opening way up. Bring it here. Take it over. Open up the rib to the hip, the back of the rib cage to the hip. There are muscles that connect there and also connect to your legs. I have a lot of hip problems because I don't roll out my IT band a lot and it gets into my knees. It makes it hard to do lunges. One more. Use that oblique, lift up with the abs. The pelvis is in charge of that leg. Bring it down. Use that pelvis to bring your knee in, up, cross, and then take it over. I hope the stickers helped. That's what we did in mat Pilates training, level 2 with balanced body. You can open up that shoulder a little bit, feel the stretch as you pull your fingers away. Reach, open up that rib from the hip, feel that stretch because we're trying to open up those back muscles to support the abs, and the abs can support the back. One more. Now bring it on up. Extend the leg, extend the other leg. Bring your knees to chest, and you're gonna open and bring it in. I'm gonna change so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna open and in. Let the head and shoulders rest. Squeeze the glutes, open. And then we're gonna make little circles. Circle, bring it down, pelvic tilt, bring the knees to chest. Stir. So imagine you're stirring a cake with 2 hands. Tilt the pelvis. And let's reverse it. So take the legs out, opening up those hip sockets. You can slow this down. You can take the toes out a little bit more if you want, instead of keeping your heels in with your toes or your feet together. One more. Beautiful. Bring your knees to chest. Let's take the right leg down, left leg in, and you're going to extend, stretch out that hamstring. You can lift the head and shoulders up. I'm just going to turn. See all my stickers all over the place. Head and shoulders up if you want. Point and flex those feet. Drive that hip socket down into the mat, even on both sides, so that way, again, that hip is not open, toe in line with the hip and the knee. Bring that leg down, bring your knee to chest. The opposite leg is down, or you can always bend the knee if you don't have that hip flexibility and you're working on it. Bring it down, bring the other leg in, reach wherever you can grab. Drive the hip sockets down, shoulder blades are down. You can lift the head and shoulders up, hamstring stretch, knee is bent. Pull the belly in. Point and flex the foot. Think about when you are pushing down on your gas, or maybe if you have a clutch, you push down with your shin. It takes a lot of brunt and not enough credit. Bend the knee, bring the other leg up. You're gonna inhale, lift the head and shoulders up, rib to hip. Exhale, lift up. Beautiful. We're going to sweep our feet around, or you're gonna open to knee regardless. See the stickers everywhere? We're gonna take the right hand down. The left hand's gonna come up and over. You're gonna rotate away. Both hip bones are down, opening up the hip socket, inner thigh. Pull the shoulder blade down, pull it down. Now round like a cat. Keep that hip bone down, feel that rib to hip stretch. Lift up, open up again. Exhale, round like a cat. Again, you're not in that neck. You want to keep that grapefruit or that orange there. Lift. Now take your arms out. Use your abs to take the left leg forwards. Right leg's going to bend. Bring it in. Take that left leg out. And that's hard to do because you want to lean. And if you lean, that's okay. That's all how we learn. Take your left hand down towards your knee, your inner thigh. Both hip bones are down, hand behind the head. Open up to your back corner. Adjust where you need to. I need to make adjustment because that knee is to the corner of that right knee. Round like a cat. Hip bone down, feel the stretch. Controlled stretch as I pull the shoulder blade down. See that? Inhale, lift with the abs, spine twist, keeping your hips forwards to me. See how my rib cage is forward, even though my hips are forward, but my rib cage is rotated. And bring it down. One more, open up. Because it feels so good. Again, shoulder blades down. Exhale. Open up. Again, sink into both hip sockets as you bring this leg. Extend, extend. Using those abs to always rotate, going side to side. Now take your feet behind. Curl the toes. Your head should be to knee. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Press your heels down. Pelvic tilt. Lift your head and shoulders up. Your hips up, let your head and shoulders hang. Pelvic tilt, shoulder blades are back. Punch in the gut, shoulder blades are back as you round like a cat. See my stickers all over the place. Inhale, lift. Dive into your pull, keeping that apple or lemon in between your chin, keeping the grapefruit right here instead of pulling up. Reach up and over, pull the shoulder blades down into the rib cage, into the heart of the bra line. Always finishing with the roll down. Pull it on up, melting that spine to the back of your rib. Good job, guys. You can actually do this exercise twice. For anybody who might have some back issues, come to the laying down section twice. Or if you want to repeat it, feel free to for a little bit more core challenge. I will be back. Again, my name is Wendy, and this was Fundamental Pilates Abs. Thank you. Stickers all over the place.